Hello again. Now we're going to the November 2019 question paper for question 2, which is database programming. And here's the database. We have examples of one table called TBL teams. And we have text, strings, integers. And then TBL players, which is a whole lot of fields. The strings, an auto number, primary key, and a Boolean data type as well. And this is the example of the interface, and we can look at this to find where how the fields are how the two tables are joined, if they are joined. Let's have a look carefully. Player ID, player surname, player name, ID number, team name, skills level, and goalkeeper. Now the team table, it's called TBL teams, has got a team name, which is the primary key, and it's the foreign key. Team name is a foreign key in the player table, so that means that one team has many players because the foreign keys on the many side, and one player can only play in one team. So one team has many players. So there's your foreign key team name in the TBL players table. First part of the question 2 is the SQL code, and there's 5 questions there. And we will start. So they tell you to display the surnames and names of all players. That doesn't mean you're going to select star. You're going to select surnames, player surname, comma, player name. And in the output you can see the field names there, where the skill level is 10. So the field for skill level is there. Skills level. It's an integer. You actually should look at the description here to find the actual data type. Don't just go by guessing. It's an integer, skills level. So that's what we're going to do in the first query. And where's our interface? Oops, I forgot to open it. File, open. Well, this is a good exercise. Maybe some of you have forgotten how to do that. So you go to your folder where your data is, and you open the .dpr file. Don't even think about opening this connect.db_u, which is your database connection. You don't ever touch that in an exam or a test. So you can open the .dpr file and look at what we've got. By the way, all questions will have a restore database, so if you made a mistake and you want to go and refresh your database to its original state, you can go and click that button and all the data will go back to its original state if you want to go and redo anything. Particularly handy if you have to delete or insert or update anything. So best players 2.1.1, that's our first one. They said we must select the surname, select player surnames, comma, surname, comma, player name from TBL players where skills level equals 10. Now it's an integer, so you just type a 10 and that's it. Nothing else. I'm not going to run it to save time. Skills level. So spelling is important there. I'll make this wider so you can see better. Next question. Display the names of the coaches and teams of all B teams. Now we must see where the names of the coaches are and where are all the team names. Well, we know that team name is a field that's occurring in both of the tables. So team name is there and team name is here, and the coach is over here, but we've got team name here, so we're fine. And we want all the teams that are team B, I think. Let's have a look. B teams, so any team name that's got a B in it. So you're going to use a like operator with wildcard, anything that contains a B. So we'll use a wildcard there with the word like, not equal. So what we have to what must we display? That's the question. If you are in any doubt, you can always just look at the example of output. So we want to display coach and team name, and they're from which table? TBL teams, not from TBL players, but TBL teams. So select coach, comma team name from TBL teams where team name like, and then we're going to use two single inverted commas. We're going to use a percentage sign. We're going to use a B, and just in case I'm going to put two single inverted commas and a percent. No, sorry. Just in case I'm going to put a percentage sign on the other side of B, even though I know that B is at the end. But just we're going to run that code just to make sure. Why did it go over there? Right, well, let's just check that one and then click this one. Yes, it's fine. We know that the B's are at the end, but I'll just put the percentage sign after the B. Now take note that the percentage sign goes inside the two single inverted commas, and you have to use like. Right, next one. Code has been provided to extract a team name from the combo box. Fine, let's see, team name, there is it. So it's already been provided. We're going to have a team name. We're going to see the percentage games won by a team. Let's go look at our instruction. Have a look at what must be displayed. The name of the team, team name, the coach. Percentage games won is going to be a calculated field, so we can use as percentage games won. But which tables are they from? Team name and coach and games won. Let's go and have a look. There we go. Team name, coach, and number of games played, number of games won. To find the percentage of the number of games won, you're going to use a calculation saying number of games won divided by number of games played times by 100, and that'll be your calculation. Now they don't, if I'm not correct, I think I'm correct, they don't actually say how to calculate it, so you must know your math. That's how you're going to calculate the percentage of games won. They say we do not have to format the calculated value, so that's important. Note there, you don't want to waste your time formatting something if you don't have to. And our select statement is going to be select team name. What do they want us to display? Team name and coach and percentage. So it's three things. Select team name, comma, coach, comma. And now we're going to put in our calculation inside our select statement. Okay, remember that. Anytime you do calculation or you're using average or count, or you're adding things or you're multiplying, it's always in the select statement. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a field divided by another field, number of games won divided by number of games played, and times by 100. Yes. And then we say as percentage of games won. Where is this from? Which table? There's only one, TBL teams. Now, here's the tricky part, because it says we want to use only one team, only a specific team. So the team that's selected from the combo box, or from the edit box, or a combo box, wasn't it? It was a combo box there, but the code was already written and it was put into a string variable here called steam. So where the team name equals steam. Now we can use our quoted str where team name equals, and then you join that to a quoted str, quoted str, open brackets s team, and there's your query. The team equals that string. Team name is a string, so we keep it as a string in our query, and because it's a string and we want to look for this steam variable, you have to put it in single inverted commas, but quoted str will do that for you, so you don't have to worry. You just use quoted str and steam is in the right format to go and be sent off to Access. Right, that was a slightly more complicated one. That was number 3. Moving on to number 4. Right, here it looks like we can have a group by, because it says average. Average skills levels of teams are used to identify teams with the highest possibility of winning the games. So they say display the names and average skill levels of all teams with an average skill level of more than 6. So average skill level more than 6. So the average skill level per team, and that sounds like a group by, hey? So AVG is a aggregate function, and it's all done in select, like I said. So if you look at our table, you'll see, where is it? Which table are we talking about here? We're talking about TBL player, TBL team. So luckily we've got team name there and skills levels there. So we want to have the average skill levels for all teams. But we only want to display averages if the average skill levels is greater than 6. So we can have a condition with a group by statement, and when you have a condition of a group by statement with your aggregate function, you have to use having that average equal to something. And in this case it's got to be greater than 6. So we are going to get our average skills level for every team, group by team name, but we're only going to display if the average skills level is greater than 6. So we have to use having instead of where, because we've got a condition on the aggregate function. They say the average skill level must be greater than 6. So anyway, it is a select statement, and we know which table we're dealing with, which is the TBL players. So I've got that one down. TBL players is a 1, and we're going to display the team name. Select team name, comma. Now we do our AVG skills level. Keep spelling skills level. I did it again. Every skills level and I use our as statement, because whenever you do a calculation or using an aggregate function like average, sum, min, max, count, not round, count, round is just a format, but these are called aggregate functions. You must use as to display them neatly, otherwise they're given random numbers as names. So I'm going to display it as that. I'm going to go straight and get it into the find the table, TBL players, to remind myself it's from that table. Okay, and we'll group by team name. Okay, we group by team name. Whenever you use a aggregate function like average, count, min, max, sum, you must have another field over here if you're going to use group by. If they wanted, you know, average, so you use your other field over here, and then the group by is by that other field, the one that's not got the aggregate function applied to it. AVG skills level has it applied. There is something else though. They say we must format it to 1 decimal place. This is where you have to memorize your functions. So there's a round function, not round 2 but round, where you have two parameters. This is access. Okay, this is all access code, SQL code. It's not Delphi code. Round, the aggregate function, comma, and 1. So now we've rounded it. The next thing that we have to do is put in our condition. Now, because the average must be more than 6, we don't use where for our condition, we use having, because we are putting a condition on this whole thing, the average. If it was a condition on team name, then you say where team name, but because it's on the aggregate function, we say having AVG skills level greater than 6. AVG open brackets skills level greater than 6. Take note, it's all in inverted commas, and that is that code done. Next one, we are going to update again. We're going to use update and set. It's the same as the last question, isn't it? Right, the results of the games won during the last sport day must be used to update the number of games won field. Number of games won field, let's have a look. Where is that thing? I didn't see any 2 tables in this. Number of games won is in the TBL teams. Okay. And we've got to update it by 1 if they're 1. Only the under 14B lost their game. So all the teams won, but under 14B did not. So we're not going to add 1 to that one. So in our where statement, we're going to say where team name is not equal to under 14B. Shame. Right, so let's do it. We say update. Which table? Oh, I've forgotten already. The TBL, where's the number of games won? It's in TBL team. See, number of games won. So you're going to add 1 to all of that except for under 14B. So we go to make hard drive changes. Sorry, moving too fast up. Hard drive changes. Update TBL teams. Set number of games. Oops, it's one word. Number of games won equal to number of games won plus 1. Yes, I know it looks like a calculation, so some of you are probably going to put this in a select statement, because you remember I told you to do calculation select statement. In this case, we're not displaying anything, we're actually making hard drive changes, because that's what they're telling us to do, change something. Update the table name. Set a field equal to something, and that something is just going to be the same field plus 1. And a condition is going to be where the team name is not equal to, now you've got to quote 2 single inverted commas, and you've got to spell this right, U/14 space capital B, and that's it, and close the 2 single inverted commas. So that's that done. Right, finished. See you for the next